So I was making a recording on my other phone, on my other iPhone, but the phone died, so I'm just gonna... Hopefully it didn't delete the video, because if it did, I will be really pissed, because it was like 10 minutes long. I don't think it did though, probably still saved, but I'll have to see when I get home when I charge my phone, right? But basically what I was saying, just to follow up, is people see that I'm confident, people see that I'm fearless, people see that I love myself, and, you know, it's like, I'm so smart that it's just like this thing of like, you know, people basically, it really triggers people in such a way where that's why people hate me. That's why so many people are hateful towards me. You know, people want to drag me down because they hate themselves, you know? And, yeah, that's just how it is. I mean, you know, so, I mean, I've done some things that I'm not proud of, right? I've done some things that I'm not proud of, and, you know, I mean, it's just, it's really hard. It's really hard to stop, you know? Like I said, I live with someone who's sadistic, he's abusive, he's hateful to me, all these stuff, he's hateful to me, he's abusive to me. It's like, it's very hard to stop. It's very hard to stop when you're living with somebody like this, you know? You know, he said horrible things. He's like, you know, tried to smash my door open. Like, I mean, he's like, you know, banging on my door, just like trying to smash it like a fucking maniac, right? So I've called the police on him because, you know, you don't do that. You don't fucking do that, you know? And he's the kind of person who probably just doesn't think that I'm going to stand up for myself. He doesn't seem to know me well, I'll tell you that much. Because I'm the kind of motherfucker, I'm really good at pissing him off. And I piss him off because I don't like him. You know? This guy's abusive to me. I don't just sit there and take it. Right? But when you live with somebody like that, in order to win the war, in order to, you know, get the upper hand on the guy, you got to play dirty, and it's you know, it's just, you know, there's a lot of reasons why I do the illegal things I do, you know. There's lots of reasons, you know. But you know, but like I said, I didn't start doing it until he moved in. And, you know, I got to a point where I was just like, when he moved in, I was asking to go into hospital because I didn't want to live there with him. Like, his presence, like, he's such a fucking horrible person that just his presence makes my life insufferable, you know? And, you know, I'm so drained from how he treats me, you know? I'm so drained by how he treats me that, you know, it's hard for me to get the energy to move out. And, you know, I kind of like low-key, I'm not even interested in moving out because I'm just so, I don't know, I think I just don't really get the idea, or I haven't got the idea for a long time, you know, and I just want him to move out. And like I said, before he moved in, I was having a great time. I loved my life, you know, but ever since he moved in, it's just been horrible, you know. I'm just suffering all the time, you know. And, you know, there are people out there who are not really going for any shit. I mean, they live with maybe their parents or something, and everything's happy. Parents are nice and loving family and, you know, all that. But, you know, my situation is, you know, I got bullied out of every school I've ever been to. You know, I've got bullied out of every school I've ever been to, and it really stuck with me and gave me a lot of mental health issues, you know. Gave me a lot of, you know, gave me lots of mental health issues, you know, I've been mentally ill for a long time, and you know, it's I mean, I've always been. I mean, I not think. I've always been a very confused person. You know, I've always been very confused. I mean, I don't know. I think it's just like, I don't know. I just feel that there was a point in my life when I was about like in year 7, where my I basically I mean, I wanted to be popular at the start when I started high school. But then after that, was just something clicked in me that was just like, dude, I just don't care. Like, I don't care. Like, why do you care? And I just thought caring was such a stupid idea. I didn't get it. I didn't get the idea of why should you have friends? Like, what's the point of it? What's the point of having friends, and what's the point of like being popular? And all this, like, I don't get what the deal is. And ever since then, I just became a complete fucking loner. You know, I just became a complete fucking loner, you know. And yeah, I got bullied in high school, and yeah, as soon as I became like that, as soon as that switched, everybody just started fucking, you know, not wanting anything to do with me. I just became the fucking reject, right? And I've just been very confused since then. I just like walking through life, just like, you know, wise, you know, like identity issues and not really understanding social norms, and you know, just being a really weird person, a really weird kid. And I've been like that ever since, really, you know. I've been really weird ever since then. Just been very lost and confused, you know. And I don't know. I mean, but I mean, I don't know. I wasn't doing anything illegal. Like, I only started doing. First time I did something really bad was about 22 years old. And I did it, and I was like, don't ever fucking do that again, because I felt fucking awful. I felt fucking horrible, you know. But then when I became 28, and you know, when I became 28, you know, that's when this guy moved in with me, right? This sadistic bastard, this sadistic prick, moved in with me, and you know, just been very abusive, and you know, he got sexually abused when he was a kid, and he says stuff like his mom doesn't love him, stuff like that. I think he said like his brother sexually abused him, and you know, when you live with somebody like this, you know, it's just the fact that it's yeah, I mean, I've carried a hatred and an agenda for people because I got bullied at every school I ever went to. So, you know, I don't have time. I've never had time for people, for people's baggage, you know. So you got abused and stuff. It's like, I don't have time for it. I don't have time to take care of him or whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, I say stuff like to him, you know, if you need to talk, I'm here, like whatever, you know, when he says he's suicidal and stuff like that. You know, when he says he's in a bad place. But, you know, the fact of the matter is, you know, he intimidates people, and I've just got such a problem with that. If someone tries to intimidate me, I'm a man, and I can't just sit there and fucking take it. I can't sit there and take somebody's fucking abuse. I can't do it, you know. Why I just like that takes a really strong person, and I just don't have the desire to do it because I just don't have the time. I'm a busy person. I write music all the time, you know. So I just have this attitude of like, fuck off, right? I just have this attitude of, I'm busy, fuck off, that's it, right? I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, okay, so should I treat you like this, or should I be nice to you, or should I open the door for you? It's just, I don't have time for this shit, you know? It's just like, do you want me to smile when I'm talking to you, or do you want me to look in your eyes? It's like, I don't have any time for that. All I have time for is to achieve my dreams, which is, you know, be a rock star and write music and, get it out there on YouTube and burn CDs and, all that. Make all this wonderful music, and because that's what's important. Art's the only thing that's important. I know that's a very dark philosophy. I mean, because it's the fact that you kind of just dismiss everything else. I just don't have a time for things that don't matter. I don't spend my time, doing things that don't matter. I don't waste my time with things that don't matter. Like, if it doesn't matter, then I don't care about it. Like, I don't, I'm too busy to sit there and fucking, rearrange the fucking mugs so they are all aligned perfectly or some OCD thing like that. People would just get fucking obsessive about things like this. It's just like, oh, you gotta clean your room. Like, it's such a fucking big deal. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't have time for it. You gotta be nice to people. It's like, I don't have time for it. I don't have time for it. All I have time for is to write music, right? Art's the only thing that's important. And, I'm determined, and I've no time to fucking waste, Every time all the time that I'm wasting is, it's just like I could be writing a song or, so, I mean, I don't care about, a lot of things that, people care about, like what's right and what's wrong, which is another reason why I do some stuff that's morally wrong, which is the illegal stuff that I do, because it's just the fact that I don't care. I don't have time. I'm an artist. It's respectful what I'm doing, like writing the music. I just don't have time to fucking sit there and, waste my time trying to be a good person when I know that it's not going to last. Like, I'm not going to be a good person for the rest of my life. It's just a waste of time. It's just like, okay, so I need to walk around smiling. I need to, do this, don't do that, whatever. It's like, I don't have time to waste, because you're just going to go around in circles, and the stuff that I've done is like, it's illegal, but I don't think, I'll be honest with you, on a moral level, I don't really think it's wrong. I just think it's really like self-abusive, and it's just such a self-hating thing to do, because I just feel like absolute shit when I do it. I feel like a bad person. I feel like, I just feel it makes me mentally ill, right? I don't believe it's wrong or morally, but I do still feel bad about it. It's hard to explain, but the bottom line is, it just makes me feel mentally unwell. And like I say, my situation is I'm getting abused by a guy that I live with, who's sadistic. He's a prick. He's an arsehole, and he even says he's an arsehole, and he tells me that he's prone to violence. And if you look at his eye when he's talking to me, it's like he's gonna beat the shit out of me. He's a very intimidating person. And living with someone who's abusive like that, like I say, you're not in my situation. So, if you've got it all good, you've got a happy family and everything, you don't do this shit because you got it good, right? That's not my situation. I'm getting abused by a guy, so it just makes me do this stuff. And I do take responsibility for my actions, but at the same time, you got to understand. You got to empathize with my situation. And like I say, what I'm doing, what I've done is wrong. I mean, it's wrong in the sense of like it's gonna fuck me up mentally, But I don't really believe on a moral level it's that wrong. I just think it's a very. I mean, I feel like a bad person just because it's such a self-hating thing to do. I guess it's like, so in that sense, it's just like, oh, how dare I hate myself or whatever, you know what I mean? It's just like, but that's at the end of the day, it's, I mean, somebody hating themselves, it's kind of a personal thing. I mean, you need to leave people alone at the end of the day. I mean, it's just the fact that, I mean, we need to sort ourselves out. We can't just walk around just hating ourselves, but at the same time, what I'm saying is, I have my issues, It's not like I want to hate myself. It's just the fact that, I just do hate myself and I struggle, I can't stop doing what I'm doing, these illegal activities, So I'm a bad person in a sense because the behaviours I'm doing is it's a self-hating thing to do because it's fucking me up mentally, you know. So alright, I'm gonna go. Bye.